in listen-only mode.
Good morning, everyone. We are now calling this meeting to order. Today is Wednesday, February 12th, 2025. The time is now 10:17 a.m. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilwoman Nicole Reynoso.
Present.
Councilman Rafael Pinedo.
Present.
Councilwoman Dina Cabral is not present. Vice Mayor Maureen Porras.
Here.
Mayor Christy Fraga.
Present.
Mayor, you have quorum.
All right, let's rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we have the invocation today led by Pastora Suzette from Vida con Vida.
Morning.
Bless. Mayor, council members, and advisory members, we're here today to invoke the God that we all believe is looking over us. So let's bow our heads and pray. Our Father in heaven, first, we want to thank you, Lord, for the 22 years of your favor over this city. We acknowledge your hand since its foundation, and we believe you will be with us today also. Now we want to invoke your presence and counsel as we gather to make decisions impacting our community. As Proverbs 29:2 says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. We recognize your righteous rule and humbly ask for wisdom to make decisions aligning with your will. Guide us to be united, following your governance standards, bringing security, freedom, and prosperity to our city families. We pray in your name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastora. Before we move into the agenda order of business, we have an absence from Councilwoman Cabral. There was no notification given or excuse. As per our code, I do need to ask if there is a motion to excuse the absence.
Motion.
Is there a second? Being no second, the motion dies. The absent is not excused at this time. Okay, we'll now move into the agenda order of business. And we'll start with the city manager's office. Madam Manager, do you have anything to remove from the agenda? No, ma'am. Okay, Mr. City Attorney?
No, Madam Mayor.
Councilman Pinedo?
No, Mayor.
Okay. Vice Mayor Porras? No. Councilman Reynoso?
No.
All right, I will be pulling items 6H and I for discussion.
Madam Mayor, I
Yes.
do have a request from the applicant to defer item 20A to April 9th.
This is the evening
evening
item?
session, yes.
Okay, we can go ahead and do that now. And we will hear item 6H and I after G, after 7G. I'm sorry, after 9G.
Yep.
Okay, anything else? Being none, all right, we will now move into public comments. The public comments portion of this meeting is now open. If you would like to speak on anything on this agenda or anything germane to this council, now would be your time for reasonable opportunity. Please approach the podium, state your name and address for the record. Please speak in a respectful manner towards this council. For right now, I have one comment card, Ms. Isabel Martin. Please approach the podium.
I try to speak English, but I speak very well Spanish. I'm very nervous with the situation of Venezuela and our community. You know, what is the census, how many Venezuelan people live in the Doral area. And I know we need to follow the rules, the general rule for our president. And I'm Republican person, but I'm surprised right now what's going on with our people from Venezuela. and I'm proud, and I hope this city don't participate in the, no sé cómo se dice en inglés, redadas. Right, exacto. In the, we have a lot of, this community is like a 50% commercial and the other 50% residential. And we have important business in this area. And I feel very horrible if I see in the future the participate in this activity. And I don't know what I feeling when I saw the news with the people crying. Not all people from Venezuela coming for the terrorists or the Tren de Aragua, very bad people in this country. And I pray for my community, and I hope so. We protect our residents and don't discriminate the people for the race and origin. And I'm very proud to live here, and thank you very much to support our community from Venezuela. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Martin. Any other public comments at this time? I only have one comment card. If anyone else would like to speak, now would be your opportunity. Being none, okay. Public comments is now closed. Madam Clerk, let the record reflect no one else has chosen to speak at this time. We will now move into the consent agenda. I will need Madam Clerk to please read the items into the consent, for the consent agenda.
It'll be all of the items on section 6 with the exception of 6H and 6I.
All right, I need a motion on the consent agenda.
Motion.
Motion to approve by Councilman Pinedo,
Second.
second by Councilwoman Reynoso. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion is passed unanimously. We'll now move into the next item. Madam Clerk,
Approval of minutes?
need a motion on the minutes.
Motion.
Motion to approve by Councilman Pinedo,
Second.
second by Councilwoman Reynoso. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Let the record reflect that the motion has passed. We'll now move into presentations.
Item 8A, Keep Doral Beautiful Business Award.
All right. Mr. Del Toro.
Good morning, Honorable Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of the council, Madam Manager, Mr. Deputy Manager, Mr. City Attorney, Madam Clerk. Danny Del Toro, Assistant Code Compliance Director. This month, we are pleased to recognize Fortuna Transition LLC for their outstanding commitment to keeping Doral beautiful. The property for which they are being recognized is located at 2500 Northwest 107th Avenue. Fortuna Transition LLC has been in the city of Doral for 6 years. The property is approximately 59,000 total square feet. Fortuna Transition LLC is in the commercial realty business, with this particular property being home to 12 local businesses, including Terra Bank, which is highlighted on the building's facade. Some of the recent improvements include repainting the entire building, installation of wall sign, and monthly maintenance of the building and the landscape. It is with great pleasure that we name Fortuna Transition LLC for the Keep Doral Beautiful Business Award for their continued efforts to keep Doral beautiful. Madam Mayor and Council, here to accept the award on behalf of the property is Human Resource Director Lisa Orozco and General Manager Gox and Faze.
Welcome. Good to see you again. Would you like to approach the podium and say a couple words?
We want to thank you so much for this award, and we plan to continue to build in Doral, and hopefully we can make Doral beautiful across the board.
Thank you. We appreciate your investment in our city. Would you like to join us for a photo up here, please? Thank you.
If we can all take a step to the right. Right, please, guys. This way? Yes.
More, there we go.
I think that's your left, the other left.
Oh,
Ready? Look straight ahead.
Okay, moving on to our discussion items. Madam Clerk?
Discussion item 9A, a resolution of the mayor and the city council of the city of Doral, Florida, authorizing the city to partner with Doral International Art Fair, Inc., a Florida not-for-profit corporation, to host a Doral International Art Fair 2025 event to be held at the Doral Cultural Arts Center from November 6, 2025 to November 9, 2025, providing for a waiver of the rental fee in the amount of $8,590.07 and staff costs in the amount of $2,111.04, authorizing the city logo for said event, providing for corporation recitals, implementation, and an effective date.
All right, thank you very much. This is my item. Before I introduce the organizers for a brief presentation, I think most of us participated in the DIAF last year. This would be the third consecutive year. Each year it's grown and I think has brought a lot of recognition to culture and art in Doral. And they're going to go ahead and give a little presentation of the results and the achievements over the last 2 years and what this is highlighted for the Doral community, and then I'll talk a little bit about how we proceed moving forward.
Thank you so much. Good morning, Honorable Mayor Fraga and distinguished member of the City Council, Vice Mayor Maureen Porras, Councilwoman Nicole Reynoso, and Councilman Rafael Piñero. My name is Nelson Garcia, and I'm here with Jesus Mayor. We are the directors of Doral International Art Fair, located at 2656 Northwest 97th Avenue. We are a non-profit organization that is better known for Doral and Miami-Dade residents as the DIAF. In this opportunity, we are presenting the third edition of the DIAF after 2 years of intense work, but also with a lot of passion for art. We were able to turn this event into an essential platform that not only promotes contemporary art, but also promotes other businesses in Doral as gastronomy, tourism, and education. In 2023 and 2024, we received more than 4,000 visitors during the event who enjoy a great exhibition, different proposals from more than 150 artists between emerging and established artists. All of them were represented by galleries from different cities in the United States, like New York, Houston, Atlanta, and other countries such as Colombia, Spain, Ecuador, Mexico, Venezuela, and more. We also develop an educational programming where we address crucial topics such as collecting art, art as a tool for dialogue, and the fundamental role in building a cultural peace through art, among other topics. Thanks to all the collaboration efforts, the city of Doral has positioned itself as the true cultural epicenter that attracts collectors, art creators, art critics, art lovers from all over the world. We want to express our deepest gratitude to the Mayor Office and the City Council for your support, which has been crucial for the growth and the consolidation of the art fair. Your commitment and collaboration are fundamental in making this event a successful one. And our commitment as the DIAF for 2025 and the following year is the same as the day we started. We want to make the city of Doral reference in art for other cities and countries. Thank you.
Thank you, Nelson. Thank you, Jesus. The item is pretty straightforward. It's what we did last year, basically co-hosting the event. What I'd like to do also is to expand on it and give authority to the manager and the attorney to execute an agreement so that this becomes a city signature event co-hosted with the DIAF, so that it doesn't have to come forward each year. They can immediately start planning and continue to grow. And I think this is a great initiative and event that has really enhanced Doral's art and culture, and also really puts the Doral Cultural Arts Center to work for what it was built for, which is highlighting and showcasing, exhibiting art. So if there's support, we can move forward and have another successful year of the Doral International Arts Fair in Doral. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Madam Mayor.
Any questions? Yes.
Yes, thank you. I'm very impressed with the work that you guys have done in just 2 short years, and I attended the first one, And I've really seen the engagement from the community and the great work and the quality of work that you guys have done, again, in a short 2 years. So I'm supportive of it, and I'll make a motion.
Thank you very much. There's a motion to approve by Vice Mayor Porras.
Second.
Second by Councilman Pinedo. Any other comments or questions?
I have a comment.
Yes, Councilwoman Reynoso?
Through the mayor.
Yes.
I think it's absolutely wonderful that this is your third year participating and adding to our culture. I think during the course of the next couple of years that I have sitting here as council, I would love to help and also feed the culture and opportunities to enhance all the different backgrounds that Doral represents. So I think it's great to see a combination of that during the event that you do program. So thank you for your time and your effort, and thank you again to enhancing all culture. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, Madam Clerk.
I have a motion to approve and direct staff to meet with the organization to make this a signature city event, made by Vice Mayor Porras, seconded by Councilman Pinedo. Vice Mayor Porras?
Yes.
Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Reynoso?
Yes.
Mayor Fraga?
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right. We look forward to enjoying the DF once again. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 9B, a resolution of the mayor and the city council of the city of Doral, Florida, allowing council members to irrevocably forfeit their monthly stipend, providing for incorporation of recitals, implementation, and an effective date.
All right, this was also my item. Council members, this is before you today in lieu of the item that was deferred from last month. I think that this is a more improved version of this item and gives members of this council who feel that they would like to voluntarily forfeit their stipend, being that there was a change to certain council members' salaries with the charter change. Not all of us had changes. So this item is before us so that each person who has decided how to use their stipend can do so in the best way forward, in the best way that suits them moving forward.
Motion to approve?
Motion to approve by Vice Mayor Porras,
Second.
second by Councilman Pinedo. Madam Clerk?
Motion to approve made by Vice Mayor Porras, seconded by Councilman Pinedo. Vice Mayor Porras?
Yes.
Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Reynoso?
Yes.
Mayor Fraga?
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right. Madam Clerk, next item.
Next item, item C, a resolution of the mayor and the city council of the city of Doral, Florida, urging President Donald J. Trump and his administration to work with Congress to find a permanent solution for law-abiding Venezuelans refuge in the city of Doral and elsewhere in the United States, providing for implementation, incorporation of recitals, and an effective date.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Councilman Pinedo, this is your item.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, first of all, as the only Venezuelan American part of this council, I felt certainly the obligation to bring this forward. Let's remind everyone that is here. First of all, let me say thank you to everyone that is here, because a lot of the people that are here are actually Venezuelans. And they are part of this community. They have been part of this community for a good number of years. And I guarantee you that some of you, or a lot of you, like myself, and I'm part of the council too, at least know someone that is under a TPS or some type of immigration process right now from Venezuela. So part of this resolution, or the idea as part of this resolution, it's to kind of explain to the administration about what the real Venezuelan community is about. I mean, it's not about Tren de Aragua. We're not Tren de Aragua. I'm not Tren de Aragua. The people that are here are not Tren de Aragua. So it's kind of to illustrate a little bit more about what the Venezuelan community is about. And I think Doral is a perfect example. I mean, right now, close to or about 40% of the Doral population is composed of Venezuelan immigrants who have been protagonists in the economic growth of the city, making it one of the most vibrant communities in Miami-Dade County and among the fastest growing cities in the nation. And it's something that we're very proud to say every time that we make a remarks. But we also have to recognize that part of that growth has been thanks to the Venezuelan community. I know that we're a diverse community. We have over 30 different nationalities as part of the city of Doral. But in the last decade, especially, the growth of the Venezuelan community has been tremendous in our city. And that has contributed to our local economy. It's not a secret that the Venezuelan people left their native country of Venezuela in order to escape the brutal and communist dictatorship of then Hugo Chavez and now Nicolas Maduro. Law-abiding Venezuelans, like the one that we have here today, honor the American principles of family and freedom, and desire to continue to reside and provide for their families in the United States. However, the end of the temporary protective status, TPS, for the Venezuelan people certainly will result in the mass deportation of Venezuelans into the murderous hands of the Maduro regime, resulting in not only the persecution, torture, political imprisonment, and death. I believe in the importance of upholding the rule of law. And I believe, and let me make this clear, it's not a secret that I'm a Republican as well. And I will continue to be a Republican. I'm not going to change or switch parties because of something like this. And I also want to remind everyone that yes, I know President Trump made the promise that he was going to restore the not only the immigration system, but at the same time, he was going to bring back the rules to the House. Something similar that we got elected. Three of us got elected and reelected last year, and we also promised that we were going to get Doral back on track. Something that we're doing. So it's not something that we're looking to create a confrontation with President Trump or his administration. And I don't think that we are at the position to make any particular demands to the administration because he's doing exactly what he promised that he was going to do. However, I think that is under our obligation as an elected officials to not only make our case, but at the same time to work together to find a common solution that can help the Venezuelans, the good Venezuelans. They're not only here in Doral, but in the United States, which for me is 98% of the Venezuelans there in the United States. And again, a lot of the examples that I'm referring to are here today. I mean, we have good professionals, Venezuelans that are here right now, people that left the country for the same reasons that my family left 25 years ago. And I think that we're under the obligation as an elected officials of the city that has the largest Venezuelan community in the United States to speak up and in a respectful way. Because again, I'm not planning to change party affiliations or my support to the president, but this is something that is affecting a lot of families. And again, it's not something that that I believe maybe has been handled the wrong way. Because when you look at the numbers, and I'm going to give you an example, when you look at the numbers of Venezuelans right now under a TPS from 2021, you're looking over 300,000 Venezuelans. And according to ICE, only about close to 600 Venezuelans have been identified as Tren de Aragua. Only 600 out of the 300,000. So, again, I think that we can do better. And that's why I'm moving forward with this resolution. And just one more number that I want to share with you. In Venezuela right now, as we speak, we're talking about close to 1,600 political prisoners right now. Close to 1,600. So when we're talking about sending good Venezuelans, professionals, families back to a country that right now doesn't respect human rights and has over 1,600 of political prisoners, that's an issue. So I certainly urge my colleagues to not only to approve this resolution, but to actually, hopefully we can share this with other elected officials, our congressional representative in South Florida, and Senator Reed Scott in this case, that he has been a great ally to our cause. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Any comments? Other comments?
I have a comment
Councilwoman Reynoso?
through the mayor.
Yes.
When my grandfather was alive, he would tell my husband, my Venezuelan husband, that what happened in Cuba will happen to Venezuela. But what is the difference? We have this, and we have this. And as a community leader that represents a good majority of the Venezuelan community, I am here to support and stand up for those that do not have a voice and for those that need to be represented. I want to thank Councilman Pinedo for his steadfast leadership in the Venezuelan community. He is always the first one to stand out and support his nationality, his suffrage, and like he says, this is not only our duty, but it's our moral obligation to represent this community. I think also having a disagreement with our president and certain policies is part of democracy, right? That we have the opportunity to speak freely and say, we are in disagreement and this is why. And it's because we have a democracy that we're entitled to have healthy discussions and find a solution. But without representation that expresses the need of a community, how are they going to know? How is our president and community and other community leaders going to know that this is the situation that our Venezuelan community is suffering through? So with that being said, again, thank you, Councilman Pinedo, for bringing this item up. And I want to say that the Venezuelan community within Doral and nationwide can count on my support. And I hope to see a Venezuela free during my lifetime and the course of the lifetime of my children. Thank you.
Through the mayor.
Yes, Vice Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman Pinedo, for bringing this very important item. Thank all of you guys for being here. I can tell you that I'm very proud that this city council historically has always supported the Venezuelan community. We supported a resolution recognizing the duly elected president of Venezuela, which is Edmundo Gonzalez. We have supported many other measures that have supported this community. We supported my item that was to support a permanent solution to the immigration statuses of a lot of Venezuelans here who are very productive members of our community, who are contributing, who are law-abiding. And so as an immigration lawyer, I've dedicated my career to helping immigrants here, also in the community. And I would like to ask my colleagues to consider also adding to this resolution some sort of language to support not just the reinstatement of TPS or the extension for the designation that still remains, but to add that we find a permanent solution to those members of the Venezuelan community who have been contributing, including in the form of the Dignity Act, the proposal for the Venezuelan Adjustment Act, and I think that we do have a lot of our other elected officials, including our congressional elected officials, that are supportive of these measures, as we've seen them come out in support of not just TPS, but also create and sponsor one of these two permanent status items. So for me, I think it's really a continuation of the support that we have given our community. And I agree with my colleagues that we do have a responsibility to continue to support our Venezuelans here. So for me, of course, this is going to be something that I'm going to support as well. And I would like to see if we can add some sort of language in there to, again, find a permanent solution for the thousands of Venezuelans that are here that are contributing to the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. I'll defer to the councilman on adding language. I have no problem with it. I do want to say a couple words as well. First, I'd like to also thank Councilman Pinedo for bringing this forward. As Councilwoman Reynoso said, as someone who's always stood up for not only the belief of democracy and freedom in his country of origin, but I think as a leader in this community has definitely stood strong on our message of support. I'd actually like to ask if I could be added as a co-sponsor to this item as well. I think probably something we'd all like to do.
Agree.
And I think that this is, while symbolic and strong in sending a message, I think each of us have spoken up. I think Councilwoman Reynoso said it very eloquently, and so did Councilman Pinedo. This is not an opposition to a platform and a promise for safety and security, law and order in our country, which I think all of us yearn for, but a stand to represent those who sometimes feel voiceless. I know the anxiousness that's felt throughout the community at this time. I've received the phone calls and the text messages. And it's definitely not something that we want within our community to be felt. I think right now, in the status that was granted to those who are here through the proper process, and following our rule of law in this country, gave a sense of purpose, productiveness to those who have come here to trying to establish an opportunity and seeking freedom. And while many of them, I think, would love the opportunity to return to their country, to a free Venezuela, I think that it's very obvious that the conditions have not changed in Venezuela. And sending these families back, some who know nothing else, their children know nothing else but this as their home, is inhumane to a certain extent, as has been said by our Secretary of State. So I still have lots of faith that something will be granted, whether it is a reestablishment of TPS, weeding out those who have abused the process, and as Congressman Jimenez said, giving it a more surgical approach, or it being something new that could even possibly eventually offer a permanent status. I have full faith and hope that the federal government, including the president's administration, who has been to Doral several times and has a large investment here, has seen what it means to have a productive immigrant community that has really participated in the development of a city in the right way. I think that we are all in favor of having law and order reestablished in our country. Unfortunately, what we are living today is 4 years of lawlessness that we experienced. And many in our community are having to pay that price. And it's very sad, and I want to commend this body and all of us for standing up to represent those who we know truly represent not just Doral, but the Venezuelan community and the immigrant community. Because my family's Cuban, I'm Cuban. You know, our family went through similar situation. So you know, it's unfortunate that this is the position that's being taken, and at least from my part, and I think that we've all proven that we will be a voice of solidarity for the Venezuelan community in representing those great families and people that have chosen to make this their home and produced a productive result for our society. So I want to thank you all for being here. I want to thank you all for being a part of that community. And I want you to know that you're seen, you're heard, and you're valued. And we will do our part to make sure that this message gets as far as it can into the federal government to hopefully find a resolution that is a balance between that secure border and a safe America to also those who have come to the United States for many years seeking freedom and opportunity. So again, thank you, Councilman Pinedo. If you're amenable, I think if we can add us all as co-sponsors. And are you amenable to changing or adding an additional whereas clause?
Yes, just for the record, the resolution reads to work with Congress to find a permanent solution. However, when you get to the second page, section 2, we're striking to find a long term for a permanent solution as well.
Okay. All right,
Okay?
so
And no, and I was going to say that keep in mind that certainly we're doing this now for the Venezuelan community, but I'm sure and confident that we will be doing the same thing for
other communities.
other communities, and especially our Cuban community here. in South Florida for the Nicaraguan community here as well, that they all suffering the consequences of a regime. And on top of that, and I want to share with, and I concur with Secretary of State Marco Rubio when he made the statement that we have to work to remove the cause of the issue, which is Maduro. So I think that there's a commitment as well, not only from us as elected officials, but to work with the current administration to make sure that that happens hopefully soon. So I want to thank my colleagues, and again, I want to thank everyone that is here today because you guys represent what Venezuelans are truly are. So I want to say thank you for that
Thank you. So I need a motion.
motion.
Motion to approve by Councilman Pinedo,
Second.
second by Councilwoman Reynoso. Madam Clerk?
I have a motion to approve as amended to include to find a permanent solution made by Councilman Pinedo, seconded by Councilwoman Reynoso. Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Reynoso?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Porras?
Yes.
Mayor Fraga?
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you,
Thank you.
Councilman. All right, Madam Clerk, we move on to the next item.
Item D, a resolution of the mayor and the city council of the city of Doral, Florida, directing the city manager and the human resources department to initiate a partnership with U.S. Southern Command and establish a pipeline for veteran applicants and to organize veteran application workshops to support the transition of veterans into civilian roles within the city of Doral. Further, the director of the public affairs department to launch a social media marketing campaign to raise awareness on veteran resources, providing for implementation, incorporation of recitals, and an effective date.
All right, thank you very much. Councilman Pinedo, this is also your item.
Thank you, Mayor. Following different discussions to not only with our city manager's office, and I know that HR got involved as well, so thank you, Maria Jose, and thank you to our city manager, deputy city manager, Lorenzo as well, everybody that got involved, and Fernando, obviously, right? I really want to thank because this is something that after having discussion with, actually, I want to thank Mr. Peter Espinosa that is here, and I'm going to ask you to actually say a few words as well, if you don't mind. As you know, the city of Doral has long-standing historical connection to veterans, being the home of the U.S. Southern Command and a growing population of former service members who choose to make Doral their permanent home. While Doral has consistently encouraged the employment of veterans, it has come to my attention that there is a need for more robust support, especially when we're talking about helping veterans navigate the application process. And this is something that we had the conversation with, again, with the administration and HR. And therefore, what I'm proposing is a partnership with the U.S. Southern Command to create a direct pipeline for veterans applicants, offering support in translating military experience into civilian job qualifications. I also suggesting that the HR department host a veterans application workshop to provide veterans with the tools and guidance needed for successful applications. This workshop certainly will help them to structure resumes and applications, ensuring that veterans are prepared for the civilian workforce. Again, I know it's a teamwork effort that we have been doing here, but I especially want to thank Mr. Peter Espinosa because as a veteran, and thank you for your service as well, you have been the one that brought this to my attention, so I really want to thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilman Pinedo. My name is Peter Espinosa, 9837 Costa del Sol Boulevard, Doral, Florida, 33178. Good morning, Madam Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of council, city manager, deputy manager, city attorney, and Madam Clerk. I'm going to talk this morning on a resolution, this item D256057, Veterans Application Workshop. Having been a veteran and a resident of Doral since 1994, you may know me as an organizer of monthly Veterans Breakfast Club, where veterans gather and bond and connect at the end of each month in Doral. This morning, with the dedication and the support of Councilman Pinedo, we're introducing a vital resolution called Veterans Application Workshop. This program is designed to aid veterans to their transition from military to civilian life, granting them access to city resources and opportunities within our community. As a veteran myself, I understand the challenges transitioning from military to civilian life, and the importance of providing support during this period. I appreciate the mayors and the council members for all their support and guidance to our military community. Presenting this resolution today demonstrates City of Doral commitment to leading the way and supporting our community, which includes Southern Command and a significant number of veterans and active duty personnel in our city. By increasing our awareness and providing support, we aim to make a positive impact in the lives of our veterans who are deeply thankful for these efforts. I hope for your collective endorsement. Lastly, I would like to thank this morning for all the veterans that are here supporting this item. And I can't forget Doral PD, Doral Police Department Chief Lopez for everything they do and the support they give our veterans. Airborne, and thank you.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you,
Great
Peter.
job.
So what I'm asking the council is three things, the recommendations. One is establishing a partnership with U.S. Southern Command. Two, organizing the Veterans Application Workshop to assist veterans. And three, launching a social media marketing campaign led by the administration to raise awareness of the resources available to veterans, including a promotional video and maybe some type of interactive social media post as well.
Wonderful. Any other questions from the council? Yep, Vice Mayor?
Yeah. Thank you again, Councilman Pinedo, for bringing this item. I think it's a great initiative. Mr. Espinosa, thank you for your service, as well as all the veterans that are in here. And I'm supportive of it, of all three recommendations, and I'll make a motion.
Motion to approve by Vice Mayor Porras. Is there a second?
Second, and I do have a comment.
Second by Councilwoman Reynoso. Councilwoman Reynoso, you have the floor.
Thank you, through the mayor. Again, thank you, Councilmember Pinedo, for offering this item. The military community in our city is very important. During the course of my campaign, I met with several of them, and I'm really glad to see agenda items that are representative of our community. So it's one thing to listen, and then the second part of what our job is to act. So thank you. I'm 100% supportive, and I look forward to doing more for our military community. Mr. Espinosa, thank you for your service, and again, to all the other veterans that we have here in the audience, thank you for your love, dedication, and your sacrifice to our country. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, I just want to say thank you as well to our veteran community that are here, to Peter Espinosa. Thank you for your commitment also to the veteran community with the breakfast. You've really taken on that role to kind of highlight and improve the quality of life of veterans in our community. And thank you for allowing us to be a part of that, along with Bill Watts. I know you guys work very well together. So thank you. Thank you, Councilman Pinedo, for leading this initiative. I think it's wonderful. We have Southcom in our city, so it's a great place to start to see that transition when it's applicable to go into civilian life. And they're a great asset to our community. And I think it's a wonderful way to repay a debt that we'll never be able to repay to our veterans. So thank you once again. I think this is a great initiative and a great way to show our support to veterans in the city of Doral. So great job, everyone. Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Can you please call the roll?
Motion to approve made by Vice Mayor Porras, seconded by Councilwoman Reynoso. Vice Mayor Porras?
Yes.
Councilwoman Reynoso?
Yes.
Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Mayor Fraga?
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, thank you very much. We move on to the next item.
Next item, item E, a resolution of the mayor and the city council of the city of Doral, Florida, directing and authorizing Councilwoman Reynoso to work with the city manager's office to propose improvements to the Silver Club registration and event access policies to prioritize Doral residents, providing direction to the city manager and city attorney, implementation, incorporation of recitals, and an effective date.
Okay, Councilwoman Reynoso, this is your item.
Thank you, Mayor. Continuing with our theme of bringing up items that directly affect our community, I am super happy to bring this item. I want to recognize our seniors that are in the club, of the Silver Club, that are in our audience. Thank you guys for coming. This item is brought forward because I have listened. I want to make sure that the time that I have in this office is here to help solve problems and bring solutions that are going to add to our quality of life. And I, for one, do not think there's any room to have our seniors be in any type of waiting list or have secondary prioritization to others that are outside of our community. So this item is representative of that. We want to bring more opportunities to our Silver Club. We want to have more activities for them. We want them to be happy within their club. And I hope to count on the support of my other council members to be able to do this for them. Thank you.
Any comments? I do have one suggestion that I'd just like to add. If and when we read bingo the other day, last year we had a listening session with the Silver Club, and it was very successful. And I know they all want to do it again. So if you can incorporate that into one of the items or something that we're gonna do, I'd love to see that happen again because I think it was very fruitful. A lot of great recommendations came out of it. We all got to participate, and the Silver Club loved it. So the other day when we were there, they asked for it again, and so I love that you're taking leadership on this. If we can do that again and you can organize it, that would be great.
Absolutely, through the mayor, I think that is an amendment that I'm willing to make for this agenda item, and I think that it's beneficial to our community. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, we need a motion. Oh, Councilman
Just a
Pineda?
quick comment. I want to thank Councilwoman Reynoso for bringing this forward as well, since I think since we got elected, the Silver Club program has been getting better and better, and they recognize that too. So I want to thank the members of the Silver Club that are here today. And now with the opening of Doral Central Park, it's going to get even better. So I think it's the right time to address this matter as well. So I want to thank Councilwoman Reynoso for moving this forward, and I place the motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Councilman Pinedo,
Second.
second by Vice Mayor Porras. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Motion to approve as amended to add a listening session with the seniors, made by Councilman Pinedo, seconded by Vice Mayor Porras. Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Porras?
Yes.
Councilman Reynoso?
Yes.
Mayor Fraga?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Madam Clerk, next item.
Next item, item F, discussion Parks and Police for Kids Foundation appointment.
Councilman Moreno, so this is your item.
Thank you, Mayor. Through careful consideration and also there was a change to this agenda item. The person that I had originally selected has a conflict of interest. I do have a new name. If the council can approve me presenting this new person, this new appointee during this meeting, I would appreciate it.
Yeah, do you have the name?
Yes, I do. Hold on, let me get it for you. The name of my appointee is Bradley Ashton.
Just to make sure they meet all the qualifications, live in Doral and everything? Yeah.
Yes.
You check, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Councilman Pinedo,
Second.
second by Vice Mayor Porras. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
Motion to approve the amended applicant as stated, Bradley Ashton, made by Councilman Pinedo, seconded by Vice Mayor Porras. Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Porras?
Yes.
Councilman Reynoso?
Yes.
Mayor Fraga?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay.
Next item, item G, a resolution of the mayor and the city council of the city of Doral, Florida, approving a special event permit and use of the city logo requested by Eduardo Orozco to host the Doral Doggy-Ton at Trails and Tails Park located at 11645 Northwest 50th Street, Doral, Florida 33166 on May 18, 2025 from 7:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m., providing for implementation, incorporation of recitals, and an effective date.
Okay, I think planning and zoning.
Yes, Mayor. Planning and Zoning Acting Director, Michelle.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. For today's presentation, our Acting Assistant Director, Guillermo Di Nascimento, is going to handle the presentations, but I'll be here for any questions or information that you may need as backup. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Welcome, Guillermo.
Good morning. Morning, Madam Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members, city manager, assistant city manager, city clerk, city attorney. The first event we have is Doral Doggy-Ton. The applicant, Eduardo Orozco, is requesting a special event permit for a Doggytown 5K event at 11645 Northwest 50th Street at Tails and Trails Park on May 18th, 2025, from 7:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. The event goals is to bring a pet-friendly sport activity to the Doral community, fun and healthy opportunity for dogs and their owners to interact, providing spectators with an entertaining occasion, and they're gonna have a DJ for entertainment. We ask the council to approve this request.
Thank you, Guillermo. All right, we need a motion to approve unless anybody has any questions for the applicant. I think it was pretty straightforward. Motion to approve by Vice Mayor Porras.
Thank you.
Second by Councilman Pinedo. Madam Clerk?
Motion to approve made by Vice Mayor Porras, seconded by Councilman Pinedo. Vice Mayor Porras?
Yes.
Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Councilman Reynoso?
Yes.
Mayor Fraga?
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, thank you very much. Great job. All right, Madam Clerk, the two items that were pulled?
Yes, ma'am. Item 6H, a resolution of the mayor and the city council of the city of Doral, Florida, approving an extended hours permit for Altech America LLC located at 1200 Northwest 88th Avenue, Unit 112, pursuant to Chapter 34 Alcoholic Beverages of the city's Code of Ordinances, providing for implementation, incorporation, of recitals, and an effective date. This was pulled by Mayor Fraga.
And thank you. Mr. City Attorney, just for clarity, can we take both items up at the same time? Since my comments really have to do with both, or we have to take two separate votes?
You have to take two separate votes, but if the comments are germane to both of them, you can take them up at the same time.
We'll talk about this one and then read the other one into the record real quick. I pulled this only because I have a serious concern with the code amendment that was made. And the way it was written, I think it's not very clear. I think that there's a lot of discrepancies, it's duplicative. And I also don't agree with necessarily allowing businesses to be open till 3:30 in the morning in our city and selling alcohol to 2:30. Nevertheless, I am going to be supportive of moving this forward while we work on bringing back this item. I have talked to Planning and Zoning about it. And so I will be recommending that we come back with changes to adhere to a more amenable policy that I think strives for what this community represents and the family-oriented area that we are. And I think I've heard from several residents that have concerns with the way these licenses operate. So I think that there is a way to strike a balance, and I just don't think that the code was written in the best way possible to represent our city. So therefore, I will be working with them to make sure we come back with a couple code amendments in the very near future. In the meantime, I know that these businesses have a expectation that they can apply for this and be granted it. And so, I'm going to be supportive in the meantime, but I do think that this is something we need to fix in our city. So I just wanted to put that on the record before we move forward on voting for this.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Councilman Pinedo,
Second.
second by Councilwoman Reynoso. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Motion to approve made by Councilman Pinedo, seconded by Councilman Reynoso. Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Councilman Reynoso?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Porras?
Yes.
Mayor Fraga?
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, can you read the next one into the record quickly?
Yes, Mayor. Item I, a resolution of the mayor and the city council of the city of Doral, Florida, approving an extended hours permit for Champions Florida LLC located at 1360 Northwest 88th Avenue, pursuant to Chapter 34 Alcoholic Beverages of the city's Code of Ordinances, providing for implementation, incorporation of recitals, and an effective date. This was pulled by Mayor Fraga.
All right, I want to incorporate my same comments into this item.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Councilman Pinedo,
Second.
second by Councilwoman Reynoso. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
Motion to approve made by Councilman Pinedo, seconded by Councilman Reynoso. Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Councilman Reynoso?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Porras?
Yes.
Mayor Fraga?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, we've exhausted our discussion items, and we will now go into the mayor's report.
Mayor's report.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Clerk. All right, so very quickly, just for the mayor's report for the month of February, I want to remind everyone that next Tuesday, February 18th, the BCC, the Board of County Commissioners, will be taking up the item about the incinerator once again. The city is going to be providing buses to transport people who need transportation. They will be departing the city at 7 a.m. sharp to be able to arrive at the BCC Stephen P. Clark building with plenty of time, as it is a first come, first serve. And we know and we've seen in previous meetings that there is another city that comes and tries to fill up the chambers so that we can't have space to get in, so it's important that we're there early. There's also transportation through the Metro Rail. I know many have taken that. And of course, you have the ability to go in your own vehicle. The meeting starts at 9 a.m. There's a couple of different items that will be on the agenda. One sponsored by our commissioner to exclude Doral, Medley, and 58th Street from future potential sites for an incinerator. And then there's another item on the agenda from what I've seen. I'm not sure if anything else has been amended, but Chairman Anthony Rodriguez has incorporated an item that basically asks the county mayor to continue to study the possibilities of a waste-to-energy facility, what that would look like and where that would go. So it's an additional extensive report, and I'm assuming that the mayor will also be giving her continued recommendations to rail the waste. So I think it's important for our community to continue to stay engaged, to participate, and to be present to show our united front. I know I will be there, and I'm sure many of our other electeds will be there, and so we invite the community to join us. We also have T-shirts that we've made. We have T-shirts that we had given previously, and we have T-shirts that we are now making, and I will also be doing a very strong social media campaign to make sure that our community is informed and engaged. So for those of you that are here today, please take this opportunity to share this with your neighbors and friends. If you have the opportunity to go, please go. If you can't go, write an email and just let those county commissioners know that Doral is not the place to put a new waste-to-energy facility, not in our backyard. We will not allow it. So I just wanted to remind everybody about that. Additionally, President's Day is Monday, the 17th. Government Center will be closed. And that's pretty much it. Again, I wanted to congratulate Finance for their recent recognition. I know that the city manager is going to make those recognitions, so I won't take her thunder. And then I wanted to also wish my chief of staff a happy birthday. She just celebrated her birthday on February 5th. So happy birthday, Marion. And also happy birthday to our public affairs director, Maggie Foster, who is, I believe, ready to have a baby in the next 2 days. So we congratulate her as well in the new addition. That's it for my mayor's report. Thank you all very much. We'll move into council comments.
Council comments.
I have a comment.
Yes. Councilwoman Reynoso, you have the floor.
Through the mayor. Well, a lot of things were already discussed during this meeting. I think that is excellent to report. Second, I want to congratulate our police department on their aggressive driving unit. I think it's a great addition to the protections that we're trying to afford our community and the educational component of informing our residents and those visiting how we conduct ourselves in the city of Doral. I want to wish all of you a happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's right.
Friendship Day. And I'm glad, too, that we have voiced the situation that is happening with our Venezuelan community. And my office will always be supportive of things that enhance our community and fight for the protections of those that need it the most. So I hope everybody enjoys their rest of the month of February. And thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to represent all of you here at the city of Doral. And small note, too, I want to thank all those who have come to our council meeting. I think community engagement is super important. I would love to see more and more people come and attend and be involved with the things that are discussed. Use your social media platforms to share the things that we are talking about. Reach out to us with further additional comments that you would like to see in your city happening. So thank you again. God bless.
Thank you very much, Councilwoman Pinedo.
Thank you, Mayor. I also want to wish everyone happy Valentine's Day on Friday. And thank you for being here, not only to our residents, our veterans community. Thank you for your service. I want to take this opportunity to also thank our administration, Parks Department, Police Department. We had a great Camping Under the Stars event last week. It was pretty amazing to see over 600 tents. First time that we have so many tents in our Camping Under the Stars event. So I want to thank everyone that was involved. Over 3,000 people, if I'm not mistaken. So it was nice. First Camping Under the Stars at Central Park. So next year is going to be even better. And I want to ask my colleagues to actually consider spending the night next year.
I did it already once.
Okay. So it's a challenge.
I met my quota.
We'll make that challenge.
I'll do it
But
if
I'm
you
sure
do it.
we can do it.
I'll
We
do it
can
if
do it
you do
next
it.
year. Okay. We're going to do it next year. Including the city manager is going to do it next year. So I want to really thank you everyone that was involved because it was a very, very nice, well-organized event. I also want to thank this opportunity to thank our police department for launching the aggressive driving unit, which I think is pretty cool, and people were asking for that. So now, if you drive in Doral or through Doral, be careful because you can get a ticket if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, right? So I want to thank our chief, our police department for taking care of that. And lastly, as Councilwoman Reynoso mentioned, I really want to take the chance to once again remind everyone that is here that when we're dealing with one specific community matter or issue, we all get involved regardless of nationality or party lines.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be here for you guys. We're gonna continue to work on this together to make sure that something reasonable and something that is permanent can take place in this occasion for our Venezuelan community. So I want to thank everyone that is here today, and that's it. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman.
Through the mayor.
Yes, Vice Mayor Porras.
I want to reiterate what my colleagues have said. Thank you all for the great work. I want to wish everyone a happy Valentine's Day. I want to wish my husband a happy birthday, who had a birthday on the 6th, and also a happy anniversary, since it's our 8th wedding anniversary on the 18th of this month as well. So we'll be celebrating a lot this month, and I want to thank all of you guys for being here and actively participating as well. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Vice Mayor. So I do want to clarify the record. You were correct. The BCC meeting is the 19th. Since the 17th is a holiday, they moved it from Tuesday to Wednesday. So we'll make sure update public affairs. So just mark your calendars. The BCC meeting on the incinerator is Wednesday, the 19th. 9 a.m. is the start of the meeting. So we'll make sure to update the information that's coming out from public affairs. Thank you very much. All right. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. City Manager, your report?
City Manager's report.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to reiterate most of the things that you guys have said, which I had. I do want to do a special shout out in respect to Camping Under the Stars. I want to thank the Parks Department and also our police department for coming out, especially with the aggressive driving unit and some of the members that came out and made sure that we had a safe event for everyone to enjoy. So I want to do that. I want to remind everyone that MISO at the park will take place on Saturday, February 22nd, 4:30 to 6:30. It'll be at Doral Central Park. In the amphitheater. So bring your blankets, picnic baskets, and family to enjoy an afternoon of the beautiful sounds of the Miami Symphony Orchestra, led by its conductor, Eduardo Mature. That is a free event, and there's no registration required. Also wanted to remind everyone that today we have an e-waste recycling event going on downstairs. It started at 10. It'll be going on through 2 o'clock. This is part of the city's ongoing commitment to greener and cleaner city. And we're carrying it out. So if by 2 o'clock, we offer residents and businesses the chance to responsibly dispose of old and unused electronics downstairs. I also want to do a small shout out to the finance department team for obtaining their certificate of recognition from Digital Assurance for their bond disclosure reporting. Excellent work on that. And I want to thank the IT department, Eileen and Carlos, who are here for our new podium. Thank you so very much. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Madam City Manager. City Attorney's report.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I have to ask for 2 executive sessions going forward. One is matter 2020-000433 CA01, and another one is matter City of Doral versus Peña.
That's
all. Thank you.
Perfect. I think there was an email with times, right? Yes.
Yes, and that one is with regards to two other issues. These are two
Oh, the two.
additional issues.
Okay,
Thank you.
awesome. Thank you very much. Madam City Clerk, any items for you?
No, Mayor.
All right, that exhausts our morning agenda. I need a motion to recess. Motion to recess by Councilman Pinedo.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Reynoso. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, the meeting is recessed till 5:30 for protocol and 6 p.m. for our evening session. Thank you for joining us.